Hello, it's time for us to get ready for summer camp at Camp Merriweather, and there are a lot of things that we need to go over before then. So I'm going to just go right through a long list of things that we have and ask that you watch this video to the end. Medications. Any scout that takes a medication must fill out a medication form and turn that in to your scout master. They will be the ones distributing medications. The only medications that a scout may have is an EpiPen or emergency use things like a inhaler as well. Everyone, adults and youth that are going to summer camp, must have a BSA medical form, and all three parts, A, B, and C, must be filled out. Additionally, any adult going to summer camp must be a registered leader and must have a current youth protection training certificate on file. A little bit about the campsites at Merriweather. The campsites feature what they call Adirondacks or mini-dacks. The campsites also have tables, shelters, hand washing stations, and nearby flushing outhouses. Adirondacks are basically a 4 to 10 person, 3-sided structure with a roof and wooden platform bunks. The bunks do not have sleeping pads, so all scouts and adults should bring their sleeping bag, pillow, and a sleeping pad. The mini dacks are 2-person, 3-sided wooden structures that are about the same size as a 2-person tent, with wooden platform bunks. Again, these bunks do not have sleeping pads. Restrooms and showers at Merriweather. All the campsites have flushing outhouses with nearby hand washing stations. There are also 2 shower buildings located along the main trail, and each of them have multiple single-person showers, toilets, and sink areas for privacy and youth protection reasons. Please encourage your scout to take showers and be clean during their time. Nothing is worse at camp than having some kind of rash because they haven't been taking care of themselves. Meals. All meals at camp will be in the dining hall, except for the Wednesday dinner, which is a cooking campsite meal, and they will provide us all the ingredients to do that. Troops can also choose to do one in-campsite hot dog lunch on Wednesday. We may also be deciding to do some other things outside of that as well. Trading post. Merriweather has a great trading post where you can buy t-shirts, snacks, drinks, ice creams, different things for your merit badges. They do take credit cards, debit cards, and cash. We're going to talk about the different program areas at camp now. Aquatics. In order to participate in any aquatic event, either in the lake or down on the ocean front, you must go through the BSA swim test, and that will happen on Sunday during the check-in time. Aquatics activities and merit badges will include canoeing, kayaking, life-saving, rowing, and swimming. Each afternoon, Monday through Friday, it looks like there'll be time for an open swim at the lake. There's a lake on the property as well as being oceanfront. Ocean wading. Scouts and adults will have the opportunity to go ocean wading at the waterfront where the staff has set up a safe swim area. There'll be scheduled times for that, and anyone of any level of swimmer who's taken the swim test is welcome to do that. On Thursday morning, we're all going to get up, head down to the ocean, and do what's called the polar bear swim. It's a tradition at Merriweather, and even those of us that are old fogies that don't like cold water are going to go and participate in that. That's also open for all levels of swimming. Bring a towel and a buddy, and we'll have a good time. Something that the camp really pushes hard is that ocean wading, going into the ocean touching the water, being by the water's edge, is only allowed in the safe swim area set up by staff, and only at the times that they have set that up. And those rules apply to scouts and adults. If there's any adverse weather on the ocean, or they have a jellyfish condition, if jellyfish are in the area, they may cancel wading activities. If you're not a good swimmer, they will offer basic swimming instruction Monday through Thursday from 2 to 3. If you have questions about that, ask us. There's also the traditional adult leader belly flop contest, and I'm thinking that'd be a great thing for Mr. Frost to lead us on. Scouts, come and cheer for your favorite leader, and it's a good time. For those that have seen it before, you've seen some scout leaders dress up in goofy costumes to do it. The Camp Merriweather Triathlon, folks will participate in the race where you go to different areas. We have to have a team of 6 with 2 runners, 2 swimmers, and 2 canoe paddlers. Sign up and more information will be at the waterfront area when we get to camp. Adults, you can get your Bsa Aquatics certifications in paddle safety, which will teach us how to oversee a basic water trip, canoe trip. Swim and water rescue will be taught. Safe swim defense, which we all need to have if we're doing any water activities, and safety afloat, again, basic watercraft events. If you're an adult and you're interested in the aquatics certifications, we can talk when we're en route to Merriweather. There are some Bsa Aquatics Awards that aren't part of merit badges. They offer snorkeling, stand-up paddleboarding, and the mile swim. The mile swim is available to anyone, scouts or adults. Classes are every Monday through Thursday at 2 o'clock, and the qualifying swim for the mile swim is on Friday morning. I believe if you're going to do that, you have to go to the Monday through Thursday class every day. Each swimmer that does that will need an adult rower and a spotter. The beach zone. The beach zone is something you don't get at any other summer camp. They have sand sailing, which is basically recumbent bikes or recumbent carts with a big sail on it, and you can use the wind to power your vehicle up and down the beach. This is a sign-up event, and they will start signing up at Sunday dinner. And the first ones they do, they'll sign scouts 6 to 18 up, and any leftover spaces they'll open up to scouts age 14 to 16. That's all the information I have on that. The beach zone also has volleyball, soccer, frisbee, sandcastle building, hiking to tide pools, a lot of unique things you won't get at any other camp. They have a bike and hike area. Biking times, you need to be enrolled in one of the bike merit badges and go through the entire skills assessment to take out the bikes. Open riding is not offered for anyone. They do require you to be in the biking programs. They have, I believe, 3 different bike courses and bike treks. So that's something that might be neat if you're into biking. In the campcraft area, you've got a number of merit badges. You've got camping, emergency preparedness, geocaching, orienteering, pioneering, signs, signals, and codes. And some of these will have prerequisites that you need to do before you get to camp. Other activities they'll be in the campcraft area. They'll have outdoor cooking demonstrations during the afternoon programs, where you can learn how to create different trail foods or Dutch oven foods. There's a mile-long compass course. And if you're a scout that's working in first class, this is something that you really need to look at, because it's part of the first class program. And this is a self-guided course. Compass courses can be a lot of fun. For those that were at Geronimo last year, we did a nighttime compass course. Then, for adults, there's always the ever so popular campcraft area chili cook-off. Leaders can prepare a Dutch oven chili, and it'll be judged by camp staff. Leaders, we need to bring our own materials. They're also doing a dessert cook-off, and you can probably guess that a couple of us will be participating in that. Once again, trying to bring home again the coveted award for the camp week of Leader Dutch Oven Cooking. In the climbing area, you've got the climbing merit badge and personal fitness merit badge. The climbing merit badge will be offered to a limited number of scouts, and you'll have that's one of the few classes that you will need to sign up for on Sunday night when we get there. If they have too many scouts sign up, it will be a random lottery drawing to determine which scouts get to do the climbing merit badge. They will have open climb times at the climbing tower for scouts. Adult leaders, they will have a climb on safely certification as well at the climbing tower, and just see the schedule at camp for when they do that. Camp Merriweather has something really cool. Fort Clatsop. It's a miniature replica model of the actual Fort Clatsop that Lewis and Clark stayed at, and our plan for the troop is to actually visit the real Fort Clatsop before we get to camp. At Fort Clatsop at Merriweather, they're offering the merit badges including archaeology, Indian lore, metalwork. Metalwork is another merit badge that is, you have to sign up for it at camp, and if there's too many scouts, they will do a lottery. They also will have cooking and wilderness survival. For wilderness survival, you need to bring your 10 essentials. Other activities that they'll have at the Fort Clatsop area is something unique, which is black powder shooting. The black powder rifle range will be open from 2 to 5 every day. The cost for that is 50 cents per shot, and shot tickets are available at the trading post. There's a Frontiersman program where scouts must complete requirements in blacksmithing, marksmanship, tomahawk throwing, frontier cooking, and more during the open program time. Frontier candidates get to enjoy a rendezvous feast at the fort. Those choosing to participate in that program must check in with the fort director before lunch on Monday. And there's an additional cost for them to do that program, and the cost is $18. There will be a candlelight historic tour. The staff will lead in traditional clothing a nighttime candlelight tour of the fort, and talk about what it was like in the winter of the 1805 expedition. Adults, we have an activity too at the fort. We've got a stake break. Adult leaders can come down to the fort and team up against camp staff and see who can be the first to shoot a 2x4 in half with black powder rifles. If we have any sharpshooters in the troop, let's give it a shot. The handicraft area will have merit badges in animation and art, basketry, leatherwork, sculpture, wood carving, and woodwork. For the handicraft programs, there will be some additional things that they'll need to buy at the trading post, but they recommend that they don't purchase anything until the first day of class. Basketry, leatherwork, sculpture, wood carving, and woodwork all have kits that the scouts will need to buy. And in looking at the cost for those, it looks like the top cost is approximately $20 for a kit. So the scout would need to bring money for that as well. Nature and ecology. Merit badges there will include astronomy, space exploration, and that will require an overnighter, and you'll have rockets that will be built during your free time. Environmental science, and they ask that you bring a soda bottle for collection of things. Fish and wildlife management, manimal study, forestry, nature, geology, soil and water conservation, oceanography, and weather. Can you imagine taking oceanography at the ocean? Other activities in the nature area are going to include an astronomy overnighter. The astronomy merit badge requires an overnight stargazing experience on the beach. It's open to anyone that would like to learn about the night sky. Telescopes and binoculars are provided, and you can bring your own, of course. The overnight is scheduled for Monday night, but will change based on weather conditions. Other things in the nature and ecology area is a Meriwether scavenger hunt, where you test your skills and identification knowledge on different plants and animals and artifacts found around camp. They'll also be hosting a Nature Jeopardy game, much like the Jeopardy game you see on TV. Other nature activities that happen is a beach cleanup. Every week, the nature staff leads a beach cleanup to try to help keep the 2+ miles of beach that Meriwether is seated on clean of debris that may wash up. There are also opportunities to hike to tide pools and see some of the sea life that is in those. You can often find starfish and other small crustaceans in some of these pools. One of the favorite merit badge areas for scouts at camp are shooting sports. And Meriwether has archery, rifle, and shotgun. And for the archery class, or archery merit badge, you need to purchase an arrow kit at the trading post. That is $12. I'll be sending all this out with an email as well. For ammo for rifle or shotgun, the approximate cost for ammo is $20 additionally. So if you're going to take those merit badges, you'll need to bring some extra cash. Likewise, there'll be open shoots, and you can buy tickets for ammunition at the trading post. I don't believe there is any charge, though, for using the archery range and the arrows. No, archery range is free. I see it here. The camp has a bunch of camp-wide activities, and Meriwether has what they call the Hullabaloo Challenge. All week long, we will compete with other troops for Hullabaloo points. The different camp area directors will give out points to troops that participate in challenges and camp-wide activities, camp shows, showing camp spirit, and taking on service projects. So we really want to be active at camp and let folks know that the folks from the Grand Canyon Council really have their act together, and we show a lot of scout spirit. On Friday, troops will be able to use their Hullabaloo points in a camp-wide vote to decide which camp staff members have to jump into the lake wearing their full field uniform. If you're a member of the Order of the Arrow, please bring your sash with you. I recommend you pack your sash in a Ziploc bag to keep it clean. Thursday will be OA Day at camp, and there'll be some special things that will go on for you folks. Like other camps, Meriwether will offer several different camp awards, including Honor Troop and Honor Patrol awards. For those of you that were at Camp Fiesta Island a few years back, Troop 7106, Week 1, took the Honor Troop Award. There are a number of different awards that are offered at camp, and we'll talk about them when we get to camp and have our orientation meeting. The camp, the campfires at camp, the staff will lead a full campfire on Sunday night, and then again on Friday night. And they're going to ask that we take part in inter-troop campfires, where we get together with other troops throughout the course of the week. They also ask that we sign up to do a song and a skit. There's also a beach party on the beach, Monday through Friday in the afternoons and evenings, and those vary from day to day. They'll have a sandcastle sculpting contest during the week, and those will vary. They'll announce when those will be at camp. I'm just going to recap real quick merit badges at camp, and namely the ones that have limited space. The climbing program, the metalworking program, and the paddleboarding program are all limited in numbers. All other merit badges are available to as many scouts as you want. Meriwether does merit badges a little different than other camps. They have what's called an open format. You'll be getting a schedule of when the merit badges meet. You'll sit down, pick the merit badges you want to, and go to that merit badge during those times during the week. When you go to your merit badges, you want to bring paper, pencil, even print out the merit badge worksheets that are out there to help you get through them. Again, wait until after the first class to purchase any of the handicraft kits that you might need: basketry, leatherwork, sculpting, wood carving, or woodwork. You'll see on the schedule some of the time periods will have 2 merit badges in that time period. That simply means you'll earn both of those merit badges during that time. If you've taken one of them, then you just need to talk to the instructor. Or if you just have partials you need to finish up, talk to the instructor. With an open format, scouts may think, hey, I can take 15 merit badges in a week and really get going. Really, you can't. We recommend that you take 3 to 4 merit badges at camp and really just focus on those. That's what you'd normally take at most other camps. Doing any more than that can really distract from the camp experience, and you want to have time to do troop activities, patrol activities, advancement, camp-wide activities, and have other fun. So before you start your merit badges, we're going to want you to talk with one of the scoutmasters or assistant scoutmasters. If you're looking for something specific for Eagle, there are a number of Eagle badges that are being offered at camp that will include camping, first aid, personal fitness, cooking, environmental science, life-saving, and swimming. Let's talk about departure. On Wednesday, July 6th, we will be loading our gear into the vehicles that are going from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. in the parking lot of American Lutheran Church. We will not load any gear Thursday morning. We need to have everything loaded up Wednesday night. Thursday morning at 4:30 a.m., we need to be on the bus, ready to go. We will not be doing any late departures. We have a long trip, so you must be here for when we are ready to pull out. We've had some issues in the past with folks showing up 20, 30 minutes late for departure. That will not happen on this trip. If you're not here, you risk being left behind, and we don't want that to happen. So 4:30 a.m., we need to be getting on the bus. We will return to American Lutheran Church late Sunday, July 19th. Let me double check that. July 17th. Sunday, July 17th, we will return late. How should I pack for camp? Historically, we have taken totes to camp, and we will be doing that again. It's the easiest way to keep things dry and clean. We want to keep the totes small. I believe a 30 quart is what we recommend, but I will look that up and include it in the email. Adults are the only ones that should bring cots to camp if they want to. There may be enough Adirondacks and mini-dacks for all of us, but if there aren't, the adults are the ones that have to set up their own tents first. And you may want a tent cot for that. You may not. We won't know which campsite we have until just before camp. And I will try to let us know where we're at and what the anticipation is for cots. Scouts, don't bother packing extra things. I know it's tempting to bring hammocks and all kinds of other stuff. For this trip, because we're going so far and space is limited in gear, pack just what you need. Your clothes, things for merit badge, anything that's essential to go to camp. When packing for camp, make sure that you have closed-toed shoes. No open-toed shoes in camp. The only time you should have open toes is when you're going into the shower house, and you probably want to wear your sandals or your flip-flops in the shower house just so you don't pick up some kind of fungus from somebody else. Bacteria grows. They do clean those things several times a day, but it's better to be safe. Those are all the things I can think of offhand. As of right now, the troop has earned just over $7,000. The troops have earned $7,000 to get us there. So as of today, the additional cost for transportation to camp, and gas is incredibly expensive, so it's higher than we'd like. Lodging to and from camp, all your food to and from camp, and your admission to the museum that we're going to, we're set at $200 per person, adult and youth, right now. We're hoping to still get some more large donations, and if that happens, anything above and beyond what you've paid will go back into your Scout account and can be used in the future. These funds must be turned in by our departure load day on Wednesday, July 6th. We need to have the money in our hands because we will be spending it immediately. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I may not get back to you immediately since I will be gone all of the month of June. I will not be accessible by phone, but you can access me by email at david@troop7006.com. If you plan on driving yourself, please let me know. As of right now, we believe we have enough room for everybody to travel with us, but if you are wanting to drive on your own, it's always great to have an extra set of wheels with us. And if you do, we may ask you for a little bit of help in some other areas. All Scouts will travel as a group on the bus. We are taking 2 buses. The church just bought a second 24-passenger coach. We have one leader who is currently CDL, commercial driver's licensed to carry passengers. I am trying to get mine before we go as well, so we have another CDL driver. If you're interested in getting licensed as a CDL driver, go to the Arizona Department of Transportation website. Look up CDL information. You will want to get a Class C license with a passenger endorsement. The bus we have does not have air brakes, but it doesn't hurt to take the air brake test as well. The CDL process requires you to get a medical, a Department of Transportation medical, and just look up who has those. I know the little clinic at the Fry's down in Prescott Valley does those. The cost I think I paid was about $100 for those, so they are kind of expensive. And then you have to take your licensing exams and tests through the DMV. There's also an additional course you have to take for educational drivers training that they just instituted. You can find all that information on the DMV website, or email me or contact me before I leave next week. Again, I'm looking forward to a great week at camp, and it's going to be a time that you never forget. Meriwether is one of the premier camps in the entire country, so it's going to be a blast. I look forward to it. Until we see you on the 6th for loading, have a great summer.